There's a hidden cost to conflict that we rarely talk about. It's not measured in dollars, but in the trips we don't take, the plans we cancel, and just the life we put on hold. It's called the uncertainty tax, and today we're talking about how a new kind of AI could finally help us stop paying it.
Think about it for a second. That little bit of hesitation before a 2-hour drive, that moment you second-guess visiting family, or even just going out for the night, the feeling, that friction, that's at the very heart of the problem we're unpacking today.
And that feeling, that friction, it's not just a personal thing. When it grips an entire population, it becomes this incredibly powerful collective force. It's a kind of psychological paralysis that can stall daily life long before any physical threat even shows up.
And there's actually a name for it: mobility paralysis. This isn't about the direct impact of a threat, but about that constant creeping anxiety that just freezes normal life. It's like an invisible wall built by uncertainty, stopping us from living the way we want to.
So this paralysis, it's not just an emotional state. It's a real economic burden. Every canceled meeting, every business that closes early, every tourist who decides not to come, it all adds up. This is the uncertainty tax, and it's something the entire economy is forced to pay.
And the scale of this tax is just staggering. Get this, in just the first 2 days of a recent conflict, over 5,000 flights were canceled. Just like that. The skies emptied out almost overnight, which is a really stark visual of an economy slamming on the brakes.
Now, if we zoom out to the bigger picture, a long-term conflict could lead to a loss of $56 billion in spending this year alone. That's the kind of direct costs we're talking about when mobility paralysis really takes hold.
And the impact just ripples out across the globe. Key airports in these regions can handle up to 14% of the world's international transit. So when those hubs shut down, the shockwave disrupts travel and supply chains thousands and thousands of miles away.
But what if we could replace all that paralyzing uncertainty with information you can actually use? This brings us to a really radical new idea: a forecast for safety.
Okay, so our current safety systems are incredible pieces of reactive engineering. They tell us a threat is already here, right now. A predictive system, though, represents a massive shift. Instead of reacting to what's happening this second, it's all about forecasting the probability of a threat hours from now, moving us from just reacting to actually anticipating.
Honestly, this is the easiest way to think about it. You check the weather before you decide what to wear or if you should bring an umbrella, right? Well, this would be a tactical weather forecast, but instead of rain, it predicts risk, letting you plan your day with some actual confidence.
So how would it even work? Well, the process kicks off with data. The AI model just ingests everything: historical strike patterns, geopolitical tension scores, even weather conditions. From all that, it generates a predictive heat map showing risk probabilities. And, this is the crucial part, it delivers it as clear, actionable advice, not just another scary statistic.
And you can see the applications right away. For you and me, your map app could suggest a safer route, not just a faster one. For businesses, it lets them set a risk threshold for their supply chains. And for the economy as a whole, it replaces that crippling ambiguity with data, giving everyone the confidence they need to get moving again.
But look, in a crisis, there are a million problems to solve, from supply chains to psychological trauma. How can we be sure that tackling this mobility paralysis thing is really the top priority? Well, a strategic framework can help us map out the answer. So this map here weighs different AI solutions based on their potential impact versus how feasible they are to implement. Now, things like a critical supply chain AI or a post-siren trauma bot are obviously important. They score a 7.5 and a 6.0 on impact. But just look at the predictive safety app. With an impact score of 9.0, it really stands out as the single thing with the highest potential to restore normalcy.
So, why such a massive score? It's actually pretty simple. Restoring a sense of normalcy, getting people and goods moving again, and lifting that huge psychological weight, that's the master key. It unlocks everything else, from economic activity to mental well-being. Solving mobility paralysis creates the biggest ripple effect across all of society, period.
Ultimately, this all points to a really fundamental shift in our entire mindset around what safety even is. It's about moving beyond just a state of constant reaction.
For decades, our concept of safety has been reactive. It's been focused on threats that are already in the air. This kind of technology lets us completely change that conversation. It empowers us to anticipate safety on the ground, so people can make plans with foresight, not with fear. And it leaves us with a really powerful question. What other paralyzing uncertainties in our lives could we finally solve if we could just learn to forecast the future?